beat the guy that won my class was even freakier. Like, I'm looking at them and this guy like is posing and I'm like, what am I even looking at? I mean, some guys were just like genetic freaks of nature. Like, alrighty, welcome to show day. It is currently 6:02 in the morning. Woke up right around 5:30. Last night sleep was absolutely horrendous. I kept on using the restroom. I ate so much at the end of the night. Like, I had some candies and chocolate, and I woke up in the middle of the night thinking I was going to throw up, and I'm so dehydrated, and it was the worst sleep I have ever gotten in my entire life. Worse than like my first show. But what we have for breakfast, I got some cheddar rice cakes. I have cookies and cream Hershey's chocolate bar. I'm probably gonna eat like half of this. And then I have a banana. We just have a lot of sodium in this guy, a lot of potassium in this guy, just some more carbs to fill out a little bit more. And this is all carbs really, to help prevent cramping though, the sodium and the potassium. And then I have one lovely cup of coffee just to help wash that down, give me a little bit of energy, hopefully help me poop one more time, because I already took a poop this morning. Then I have a Gas X to help prevent any bloating and whatnot. So this stuff really helps a lot. I'm just gonna eat this, eat the Hershey's, eat the banana, and get this day started. I have to leave about a half an hour to go get my tan, and the show doesn't start until like 10:30, and I don't go on until, well, let me show you. This is the men's category here. So it starts with physically challenged, and then it goes into like sports model junior, and we have all these classes right here. I am men's physique open in the tall class, and there it is right there all the way at the bottom of this like amateur men's category. And then you have the pros go on after the natural pros. But as far as the amateur class goes, I am right here. So I won't be, and the show starts at 10:30. So this is all starting like around 10:30, probably even a little bit later. So I won't go on until like at least another hour, like 11:30. So I have time for all this food to absorb. I'm gonna try and record as much as possible, let you guys know how I'm feeling. But I'm gonna eat this food, head on the road, and I will see you guys as the day rolls on. Alrighty, so just got my second coat of tan done. I think it looks really, really good. I am all dark and all that good stuff. But today's weigh-in, I woke up around 166 pounds, so I only gained 2 pounds since the day before. Maybe like I gained a total of like 4 over the entire day of the full day of eating, one day out. But then I lost like probably like another 2 overnight. Last night, as I was saying earlier, was the worst sleep I ever got. I'm not even kidding. I thought like I was this close to about to like just throw up last night. Like, it was horrible. I got like maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I got up, went pee a number of times, and just felt so sick to my stomach because of how much food I ate. This happened to me last year, but it happened a lot earlier in the day. I was just so full from all the cereal and the French fries and just everything that like I might think the room was like, it was almost like I was drunk, and I was just like, I was sitting, I got up at like 2:30 in the morning, sat on the toilet, was like, oh no, I think I'm gonna barf. Sat down, almost like threw up. I was like, my head was near the toilet just in case I was about to just throw up. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to just step on stage tomorrow. I feel like I might have to go to the hospital, to be honest with you. Like, I'm so dehydrated. This is probably the most dehydrated I've like ever been. 2 liters of water in the morning the day before, and then like a little 7-ounce thing of Diet Dr. Pepper. And then I had a 7-ounce coffee this morning. So this is like the least amount of like liquid
liquid I have drank before a show ever. And I just felt so awful yesterday. It was ridiculous. It was insane how bad I felt. But woke up today, I feel a lot better. I don't feel like I'm about to yak everywhere. I ate something relatively kind of small this morning. I mean, compared to what I had yesterday. I only had half of the rice cake minis just for a bit of sodium. I had one banana, and then I had half a Hershey's chocolate bar. Like, that's all I can eat. 2 Gas X to prevent the bloating. I did take a poop when I woke up, and then I did take another poop right after my tan, which is great. And I've been peeing fairly normal amount of times, probably like 2 or 3 times already today, which is like normal considering the show. So overall I feel pretty good. I was there with tanning and I saw a lot of the competitors, but everybody here is natural. It's a natural show, and so a lot of people's, it's like their first show ever, which is like so cool, and this is like my 3rd, so it's cool to kind of see that. And you just have like, it's just a really cool experience on actual show day. Not so much competing, but just being able to talk to all the competitors, knowing that like you guys are all kind of going through the same thing together. I asked one guy standing next to me, I was like, hey man, like, how'd you sleep? He's like, I haven't been getting any sleep these last like couple weeks. I felt really, really bad. I'm like, yeah, me too. I was like, that's pretty much how it goes. And I was like, my sleep was last night was the worst ever. I think I slept a total of like 3 hours or something like that. Just something like grossly low, because it was just like so bad. Like, I went to bed at like 1:30 because I was just so full. And then I got like, I was like asleep for an hour, woke up and just felt horrible. It might have a little bit of chocolate around 10:30. I don't know if I will, to be honest with you. I want to keep my stomach as flat as possible, as ripped as possible. The glycogen is pretty much as full as it's gonna be. I filled up all day yesterday. There's no point of like trying to fill up now. The filling up was all yesterday. I'm still full of glycogen. It's a matter of just like, can I get a pump backstage? Can I keep my stomach flat? Making sure, like, did I dehydrate enough? Is the conditioning there? All that stuff. I'm definitely bigger than I was last year, which is great. My conditioning is pretty damn good, and that's right now is just like this food in my system. We'll see in about like a couple hours when like everything is really digested and my stomach is as flat as possible. This is probably the 2nd leanest I've been. I think I may have been a bit leaner last year, but I'm still like lean enough. I really just need to get bigger. Like last year conditioning was an issue. This year I don't think conditioning is an issue. I think I'm lean. If I was the same body fat with like 10 more pounds of muscle, like I would look way, way better. So it's not about like my conditioning. My conditioning is not an issue. I'm very, very lean. My struggle is muscle mass. And so I got to get bigger and bigger. If I had like another 10 pounds of muscle, that would look pretty nasty. If I had another 15 pounds of muscle, that would look really, really nasty. A lot of the guys that are shorter than me and bigger than me, they're also like older than me too. Like the guy I was standing next to was like 26. Like if I had 4 more years to add on more size, yeah, I would be a pretty damn beast. He's like, oh, you're pretty young and like what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm getting into this, I guess, kind of early. I feel late to the party, but kind of still early for my age. I'm 22 years old, so there's no rush for me. It's just about being better every year. Did I think I'm better than I was last year? Yeah, I'm bigger. I'm still just like this year's physique would beat last year's physique. So that's all that matters. That's enough ranting, enough talking. I'm going to get to the venue and just kind of chill out. Where we tanned is going to be different from where we're competing at. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. So it did sprinkle a little bit out, so I do have a hood on. I'm super, super thirsty. I'm ranting, and this is a really long clip for just me talking in the car. But let's get this show day on the road. Alrighty, just pulled up to the venue right now. We gotta check in, or we have to be here at like 10, and the show doesn't really start till 10:30, but I'm just gonna make sure that everything's running smooth, like I'm not running late for the actual event, because you don't want to miss your call outs, because that would just suck to do all this work and like not be able to step on stage. So my category again doesn't go till last, and I'm here, by the way, with Bradley Martin, none other. If you guys actually know who this is, you're an OG and you're a real one. But I am just chilling here. He's gonna record everything from now on. We record on my phone because I'm not taking my camera with me, because I don't really know the camera rules or the cases, and I don't want to like be inconvenienced by any means. But everything now be recorded on the phone. All the stage footage you'll see, he'll be in the audience recording it on the actual phone. So we'll try and get as good of a footage possible while I'm up there. I'm gonna be competing against quite a few competitors, because like last year, I was only competing with people 5'11" to 6 feet, like just that height class. This year, it's just tall and short. So I'm gonna be just in the tall class, which I think is like, I wanna say 5'10" and higher. So that's basically gonna be it. But other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. So gonna get back there, gonna pump up, relax. I haven't had anything to eat since this morning, because I just want my stomach to be as flat as possible, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. I've been using the restroom like crazy, and what? Heck yeah. So,
it.
but other than that, yeah, we'll see you guys when it's showtime, baby. Peace.
Alrighty. It is currently Tuesday, about a week and a half since the actual show happened. I'm actually getting some time to actually sit down and talk about the actual show and what happened and my thoughts and all that good stuff. I'm going to split screen this clip and play some of the footage because I'll be honest with you, my friend, when he was trying to record on my phone actually ran out of storage right away. And my parents were in the audience and they were recording. They got some footage too. And I'll be honest with you, not the best though. Like I didn't tell them kind of how to record. They were kind of just recording there in the audience and they didn't record everything because the show was a little bit different than how I was used to. Before in an NPC show, like a non-drug tested show, you kind of just do a front pose, a back pose, and that was it. And you weren't really on stage for that long versus this show, you were on stage for actually a very long time, a lot longer than I anticipated. The whole flow of the show, I had to kind of get used to. It was a completely new experience for me. So although this is like my third show, like being on stage is not the issue, but being on stage for a longer amount of time, right? Timing your pump and knowing when to actually start pumping up, understanding the flow of the show and how each category like is being judged is very important as well. Before it was very easy to time the pump because you get a feel for how fast they're moving through categories. And in this show, the categories were moving by so slow. So although it was my third show, it almost felt like a whole new experience for me, which it was. It was almost like my first show all over again in this like actual drug testing competition. Nonetheless, I still had a great time. So my overall ranking, what did I get on my actual show day? I ended up actually placing 6 out of 9 different guys, which in my opinion, when I saw all the guys like there and I kind of like had a feeling for where I was being placed around, I was kind of back and forth between the 5th and the 6th spot. And I ended up getting 6. So when I really got to the final like stage of the show and like was actually on stage, I was really hoping to get 5th. Like that was my goal, was 5th on actual show day. I didn't walk away with 5th place. I ended up walking away with 6th. But at the end of the day, I'm not angry about it. Was I a little like, oh man, I wish I got 5th? Yeah, I wish I got 5th. But am I like angry? By all means, no. This is the best I have looked in competing in so far. I put on 6 pounds since last year's show, and I by a judge, like my posing looked great. My conditioning was on point. The only thing was they told me like I should have tried to pump up more. But in real reality, what that means is that like I just need to gain more size. That's really what it comes down to. And there's not much I can do about that. It's not like I feel like I came in off by any means because I had the conditioning, I had the posing, the things I needed to work on were there. It's just going to be a matter of time and just gaining more muscle over, you know, the course of 4, 5, 6, 7 years, or as long as I am competing in this sport. And, you know, I do want to compete for a very long time. I want to compete to be able to get my natural pro card. You know, I want to be able to say I'm a natural, you know, professional athlete, which would be awesome. Like, that's the ultimate goal. And then if I can compete in some, like, pro shows as a natural, that would be awesome as well. But the overall emphasis of, like, my ranking and my placing is just that I had to just gain more size. I was also the second youngest guy in my class. So everybody I'm competing against is older. And I'll be honest with you, even though a lot of these guys are like, everyone's natural, there are some guys where you look at and you go, I can't believe this guy is natural. If you looked at him in real life, you would think, no way is he natural. Put it this way, the guy that won my class and won the overall for like the men's physique open category competed also in the novice. So novice means like you're a beginner. Open's like you want to try and get your pro card. You're more than a beginner. He competed and became a pro that day, a natural pro in the open, like men's physique open. He actually lost to another guy in a novice category who didn't really know what the categories meant. And they're going at it like for the novice overall. And I'm looking at both of them. And the guy that actually beat the guy that won my class was even freakier. Like I'm looking at them and this guy like is posing and I'm like, what am I even looking at? I mean, some guys were just like genetic freaks of nature, like just shredded with a lot of muscle. And you're just like, wow. And it's crazy like how far you can push a natural physique given that you have the genetics to do it. I don't have the cards to necessarily be like freakishly big. I can get lean and peeled quite easily, not easily, but I can, that's like my strong suit. The hard part is building muscle for me, and that just takes more time. As I get older, all that stuff, I'm still very, very young and I have plenty of time in the sport. I would actually love to go back again next year and do this same show and see if I can just get better and better. It's a local show, which is nice. Right around the beginning of summer, which is where I like to compete anyways, because I like to like compete, you know, right before summer starts. That way I could be like nice and lean throughout the rest of summer, and that would be like, that's like the goal basically. That's ideal. But overall, I'm not angry about it. I was 6 pounds heavier than what I was last year, which is like a big improvement. I felt bigger. I thought I looked better. Like I was very happy with the package that I brought, and that's really all that matters when it comes to, you know, bodybuilding and just doing your best, because I can't control someone else's genetics, how much muscle they have, how shredded they have. I can't control the judges' opinions of what they want to look for. I thought I was one of the leanest guys in my category, and I thought I was like leaner than even some of the guys that placed higher than me, but again, what are the judges looking for? What look do they like better? Do they like more conditioning? Do they like more size? And I think right now, size is the name of the game. So that's really what I have to try and shoot for, what I'm going to try and shoot for. I put on 6 pounds over this last year, then maybe another 3 to 4 pounds would be like ideal, because like, you know, it's a law of the diminishing returns. I can't continuously put on 6 pounds or 7 pounds of like muscle each and every single year. Like the longer you keep doing this, the less you'll kind of gain over time, because that's just how the body works. But overall, that is what I placed. That is basically the end of this series. I had a great time, obviously, making all these videos. People were sending me some messages on Instagram saying good luck. A lot of people found my channel last year, like throughout this series and what I was doing at that time. Thank you to everybody for all the support along this prep and all that stuff. It seriously means a lot. That is the kind of the recap of my show and how it went down. As I do more shows and all that good stuff, I'm going to get better at filming more of it and making sure that's a priority. I did not actually get the best footage on show day, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm wrapping the video up here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys are new. It's been your boy Joe. Peace.